1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the, anyone? The Great Depression, passed the, anyone?
How many of us have had to sit through some really boring presentations at school, at work, at some point in our lives? We've had to sit there and just listen to someone that was putting us to sleep. What was the reason behind it? Why was it that we really struggled to listen to them? Well, I think there is one particular one very important one: enthusiasm. Either there was not enough, anyone, and it was really, really boring, or there was too much and it just made you cringe like crazy, and it made it very difficult to listen to the presentation. So enthusiasm is often the difference between good presentation, bad presentation. Not the content. The content is often interesting for most presentations, but because it wasn't delivered with enthusiasm, the content gets lost. People don't actually listen to what you have to say. So what is enthusiasm? Well, the root of the word is interesting. It means inspired by the gods, or inspired by God, depending on your beliefs. But we don't have to believe in God to be enthusiastic. What's important is that we believe in what we're talking about. That's what's going to inspire us to be lively, to be enthusiastic, to help people to feel the same way we feel about what we're talking about. So it's very important that we believe in what we're saying. That's what will drive the enthusiasm required to make an interesting, convincing presentation. Look at a car salesman. You've got the car salesman that'll give you the hard sale. Buy this car, it will change your life. It's been sitting out here just for you, waiting for you. Or you have the salesman that will tell you, look, I drive this car, it's really good. You seem to have similar family circumstances as I do. I think it would fit perfectly. Okay, there's a few things about it that can be very annoying, but overall it does the job. Which one of those two sales pitch have you preferred? Which one sounded more genuine? Isn't it from a person that's actually tested for themselves what it is that what they're telling you represents? Maybe what you need to do is first prove to yourself that what you have to say is not only true, but worth hearing. That is important. You have to do the research. How has that affected me? How's what I'm about to say affected me when I discovered it? How has it changed me since? How can it change others? And suddenly, when you're going to speak about it, you're going to understand the importance of what you're saying, and you're going to want to pass it on to other people, and that's going to create the required enthusiasm. But you're going to tell me, look, I work in finance. What I talk about is numbers. I look at the profit and loss and I report back, and that's it. How am I supposed to find enthusiasm in what I'm talking about? The reality is the same. Do you believe in the numbers you're giving them? Have you thought about the entire process that you went through in order to come up with these numbers? Do you believe in the process? It may be that these numbers are just numbers and they just need to be told, but if you say it in a way that shows that you believe that they are important, if you believe that these numbers need to be known so that we can move on and make sure that we improve the company in which we are or improve whatever it is that we are doing, that's what will help you to be able to speak in a lively manner, whatever the circumstances. Go back to basics. Why are you doing this presentation? Are you doing it because you want a good grade at school? Are you doing it because you want to pass your degree? Are you doing it because you want to keep your job? Are you doing it because you want to get a job? Whatever the circumstances, I'm sure there's a reason why you've accepted to do this presentation, and it must be a good reason, it must be an important reason. So distill this importance into the words that you are going to say, and naturally the gestures will come, the facial expressions will become livelier, and you will be able to capture your audience. The importance that you give it will help people make it important for them. So If you want to be enthusiastic, prove it to yourself that your message is important. Also, don't underestimate how important enthusiasm is. Like a lot of us, especially at school and in high school, we had to make a choice about the subjects that we abandoned and the subjects we carried on. Often we made those choices not necessarily because of the content of the subject, but because we realized that we like spending time in this classroom rather than that classroom because the teacher was so much livelier and it made the lesson so much more enjoyable. And that's why we chose what we decided to do. So don't ever underestimate the impact it has. So please make sure to speak enthusiastically. In fact, make sure to speak up enthusiastically and you'll be heard.